Welcome to installing and using pspad as a text editor. In this tutorial, you will learn how to download and set up the text editor pspad. There are many different free text editors out there to choose from, but for our purposes, I will be using pspad. Here is what you'll need to complete this tutorial: a workstation or a laptop and a high-speed internet connection. Let's begin. Open up Internet Explorer or some other browser, and then in your address bar type in pspad1.com. That will bring you directly to their page, and as you can see, pspad is a freeware. We're going to click on English. Once that comes up, we're going to go ahead and find our pspad download, and we're going to download it from here. We're going to choose Installer. And as you can see, that here's the version, US, and download now. We're going to go ahead and say save. My PC will run its security scan to make sure there are no viruses. And once it's completed, it will say completed. I'm just going to run it right from the folder. I'll say yes to give it permission to run. And then I can see here's my setup for pspad editor. I will click next. We'll just briefly scroll through their license agreement. Hit I agree. Next, it will show me where pspad editor will be installed. Next again, I'm just going to keep their default. Next again. And keep hitting next until you get to the installation button. This won't take very long as it decompresses the files and sets it up on our system. Once that is completed, we should be getting another screen here any second to let us know that the installation has run complete. Now that pspad is finished installing, we have a shortcut icon on our desktop. I'll just double click it to start the program. And when it comes up, you can see it's just pspad here. You have a couple of toolbars that you should be familiar with. Here's your main toolbar or your application bar that has your typical file, file new, file open. Over here you have one of your folder new projects windows, but what I like to do and what I recommend is that you have it pointing to your storage location. I'll click the folder view here, and as you can see right now it points to C, which is my desktop or my laptop, but I really want to go to my removable disk. In the earlier tutorial we created a folder called Web Project. We'll open that up, and in there, as you can see, as we drill down by clicking on these plus signs, you can see our other folders. If we hit Paradise, again we'll see that has a subfolder called Images. Currently we have nothing saved in the Paradise folder, and we're ready to begin. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new HTML document. To do that, we can go up to File, New, and then since we know we're working in HTML, we will choose HTML. Once we open that up, we can see the documents. Some of the HTML tags have already been put in. It's important to note that when you're creating an HTML document, all HTML documents start with this HTML tag, and they will always end with an HTML tag. It will also include the declaration. The declaration statement, which is remmed out, and you can tell that by that exclamation point, tells the browser that pulls up your web page what version of HTML that you're using. We can see here that we're using HTML 4.01 transitional. There are many different flavors of HTML, so depending on your needs, you will want to make sure that you put in the flavor that you're using. Some basic HTML page setup that you should be aware of. There are two major sections in every HTML document. The head section, which you can see here on line 3, which is where the browser gets its information to publish your site, you'll have an open tag, and then you'll have a close tag. You'll also have a body section, and in this body section, this is what actually appears in your HTML document. So any tags and any information typed into this space between these two tags will appear in the browser.